All right, welcome to Rep Rap. Lindsay is our guest speaker today. I asked Lindsay to share what she's been doing with her new reps. If you have brand new people have asked me, is it a good idea to have brand new reps start with Teamzy? And that's really what Lindsay's training is going to be about. So I'm going to let her answer that question for us. Go ahead, Lindsay. And if you guys don't know who she is, she's an NMD out of Denver, and she's awesome and a really great trainer. Go ahead.
That's it. I'm awesome. Drop the mic. There doesn't even need to be a training. I love that.
And by the way, there's a file under Shining Star Files with the verbiage that, I think the plan was to have you guys take action today, especially if you're brand new or get into action with a new rep. And so there is a file under, I just put it up there yesterday, I believe, with some of the verbiage she's going to be using. So you might want to pull that up, as well as the plan was that you guys actually open up Teamzy and start doing some of the stuff that she's going to talk about.
Oh, is this better, hopefully?
Yeah. Now we can hear you.
Sorry about that. Don't know what happened. Okay, so whether you're new to Juice Plus or you're new to Teamzy, it doesn't matter. This is about launching and creating momentum. So whether you're on the call listening for the very first time and don't even know what Teamzy is, or you've been utilizing it but maybe not as successfully as you might want, today the call is for you. So what I was saying, and I don't know if you could hear me, is if you are joining through your phone, try and get onto a computer to join us so that you can actually take these actionary steps today with us. I'm going to be sharing my screen with you and walking you through some of the processes here, but the idea is to create so much momentum in your business that you can't keep up, right? So hopefully that's a problem you want to have. That's a problem that I've created ever since conference. And maybe you've even used Teamzy in the past, but haven't really seen any benefit from it. And actually that was me. So this story comes full circle. I'd actually signed up for Teamzy and paid for it for 3 separate months. I had started it, I would start the momentum, try to create something. And what I was finding is it was taking me more time to input things into the system than it was for me to take the time to reach out to people at the very beginning. And so what I've done is kind of streamlined my process, because if you know, I have 3 little children, three kids in 4 years, and they keep me on my toes and busy. So one of the reasons why I love this is that it keeps me organized. When the baby goes down for a nap, I have 1 hour, I can do my power hour, and now it's all organized for me. But it took me a little while to figure that out. So I'm going to share kind of my trials and tribulations with you guys so that you don't have to go through the headaches of doing what I did. We can just move you into action, all right? And we can move you in action without it being intimidating or overload. So again, take some notes today. We will be recording this so that you can go back and reference it as well. But what I'm going to do, I'm going to share my screen with you. And let's see, this is a little different. Can I share my screen, Mitra? Oh, here it is. Okay. Sorry, it was just a little different. Okay. So what we're going to do is go to the Team Shining Star page. And as Mitra had said while I was having a little bit of internet difficulties, is that we have uploaded scripts in here for you. All right. So maybe you're brand new and you don't know what to say to people, or maybe what you're saying hasn't been working. Well, these scripts are scripts that my team and I have been using that work. They really have call to actions on them. So the first thing is to open up the scripts. So this is underneath the Files tab here in the Team Shining Star page. And if you look down here, it says Lindsay's Scripts, Teamzy Scripts. So if you click on that and have that open, that's the first tab you want to have open. All right. The second tab you want to have open is your Teamzy. So www.teamzy.com. And maybe you've never even logged into this before. So of course you're not going to have any numbers in here. But what we have found on our team is as you log on for the very first time, maybe you're starting your trial, what it does is it prompts you to do all of these things. Upload your Facebook, upload your genealogy, upload your customers. I say skip it all. Don't do any of it, okay? What you want to do is try to get to this screen right here. And one of the things that it will prompt you to do that you can go ahead and do is go ahead and do some of your goal settings, all right? It'll take you through some things that will end up setting some numbers up for you on here. So for instance, I set a goal as far as a financial goal, what I want to be making each year with this business. And so that's where it came up with that I need to reach out to 6 prospects, 4 customers, 3 distributors, and 3 invites, and I need to add 3 people each day. It automatically populates those numbers for you. Do you have to do that today to get into action? No, but that is one step you need to do to get rolling. But hopefully today you have at least one person on your mind that you know would just love, love, love Juice Plus, or maybe you want to connect with them as far as adding them to your team. So what I have found, instead of uploading all of your prospects and all of your address book and spending all the time to do all of that, if you just manually add them as you go, it becomes a little bit more organic, all right? So I'm going to give you an example. If you hit this add contact button here at the top, it will populate this. So let's do somebody who's a prospect for right now, sharing purposes, all right? I am going to input SpongeBob, just for fun, and that way I can delete this later, but it gives you an idea. Okay, notice how I'm not even, here I'm type A, but I'm not worried about if it's the first or the last name or the email address or the phone number. I'm not worried about any of that. Most of the time I contact people either via Instagram or via Facebook, so none of this really matters anyway. If you do have somebody's phone number and you want to contact them that way, go ahead and input the phone number in here. But I have found that I just put it in the top section there, and it's easy. And oftentimes I will put FB for Facebook or Instagram right there at the top so that I know how I've reached out to them. And that's just my own personal organization. Take that or leave that, doesn't matter. When you hit create contact here, what it will do is bring you to this screen. And what I want you to do is rate them from either 1 to 5. 5 means like SpongeBob is my dream team go-getter, like I really want them on my team, or gosh, like they're suffering from all of these things and I really, really think that they're going to be awesome, adding them to the shred as my customer or something like that, right? Right away what I do, and this is really an AJ Majors training tip I'm adding in here, is tag them. So I'm going to say automatically that potential, so you see how I have it, potential distributor, potential shred, Tower Garden potential. I already have these tags in here, but let's say I didn't. So potential team member. It will go ahead and make the tag for you. If you do that and you hit enter, it will go ahead and make that tag for you. That way you can categorize people right out of the gate, and they're already put into things over here. So you see this? These are the tags I already have made. I even put in new distributors for May, new distributors for April, so that I can love on them a little extra. You don't have to worry about all that right now, but just know as you're manually inputting these people into your Teamzy right now, it's really easy to add a tag real quick, and it will help you organize immensely later. So for instance, yesterday I was doing my customer care, and I realized a lot of these customers have full shred orders, but they don't have any omegas. And I'm like, what? So I wrote down there, I made a tag just yesterday, needs omegas. And I figured that I could probably get anywhere from like 8 to 10 omega orders, like just from reaching out. So I was asking them with my customer care, telling them their orders were going to ship, say, hey, have you ever thought about our omegas? May I send you some information? So now I need to follow up with them. It will be right here and organized. So that's just for future, but go ahead and create a tag. Why do you want them? Why are you putting them in here? Okay, and I want to connect with SpongeBob today. Okay, so when I hit connect, it will automatically populate this little screen. This is where the next step comes in, where we're going to set up your Teamzy to get you into action. Okay, what the heck do I send to this SpongeBob who I ranked at 5, who's a potential shred customer or potential team member is what I said, right? So you're going to click on scripts right here. And what I did is I went ahead and added scripts that were really relevant to what we are specifically doing. They already have some amazing scripts in here, but what I was feeling is that they just weren't resonating with me. And it was it was creating a lot of busy work, but not necessarily orders or action within my business. And I don't have time for busy work. I don't know about you guys, but if I'm going to spend some work, I want to get paid on it, right? So I would think everyone would resonate with that. But what I want you to do is hit new script right here. And notice I already have all of my scripts right here. This is what your Teamzy is going to look like by the end of the day today, hopefully, if you're taking these action steps with us, all right? So now we're going to go back over to the screen that Mitra had uploaded my scripts here. And you guys feel free to add your own scripts. This is my verbiage. This is what's been working with my team. Your upline might have tweaks to this that they want to make, or maybe you need to make tweaks to it. So please don't copy and paste without reading these scripts and making sure they're relevant to your prospect. But these are the things that we did first. So what I have in the capital letters is going to be the subject matter. So I would go ahead and copy this, and you're going to go back over to your Teamzy, and you're going to go ahead and paste it into the title section here, right? So the prospect reach out assignment. This is great, great, great for brand new representatives, all right? So you're going to come back here, and you are going to copy and paste the rest of it, okay? So what it says is, hello, I have an assignment this week to get 3 or more people on a video call with my business mentor. This helps me expose as many people in my life as possible to what this new adventure that I am a part, or to this new adventure that I am a part of. Would you be willing to help me out, or help me with my assignment and take a peek at what we are doing? It's about a 15-minute video call. So this goes perfect, what Joy was training on a couple rep wraps ago, and Danielle Martinelli. How do you get somebody on the phone with your upline? This is how. You have an assignment and you want them to reach out. In fact, I may have copied this verbiage from you guys. So this is a team effort, a team business, right? So you're going to go ahead and paste that in here, and know that as you reach out to your prospects, you can tweak this a little bit. You could say, hello, SpongeBob, right? That's a fun analogy. I should have picked a different name for this training, but it makes it fun. So then you're going to hit Save Changes, okay? And it will bring up your new script right here. So what the assignment is essentially today, I'm going to give you guys a couple minutes to do this and just walk through it. But you're going to then do another new script, because again, we had said the whole purpose of today is to help you get your scripts lined out exactly like this. And again, you can tweak them later. But to add a second new script, you're going to click New Script again, go back to the document, and event invite number 1. Who has some events going on in their town? And they don't know how to invite to them. I know here in Denver, we have 2 events back to back these next 2 weeks. And that's kind of unheard of. The whole time I've been in the business, it's like an event once every 6 months that we have like as a big Denver co-op. But right now we have 2 back to back. So why not get people to them? So again, copy the title here. We're going to go back to Zoom. And you're just going to kind of toggle between the 2 screens. Oops, I didn't grab it. So hopefully you guys are doing this right along with me. Oh no. Okay, and then you're going to go back and grab the verbiage. And this is really indirect. This is a really indirect way of inviting to an event. So some of them are direct, some of them are indirect. The purpose is not to read through all of these right now. Go ahead and copy and paste them in and make tweaks later, all right? So I'm going to give you guys a few minutes to do that. Just toggle back and forth between the 2 pages. And why don't you guys let us know via the chat when you guys are finished with that. Does that sound good, Mitra? Do you want me to give people a couple minutes to do this? Oh, you're muted.
What we're trying to do here is really have people take action as if they're brand new rep, or this is what you're going to do with your brand new rep. I think this is a really great, because I've been thinking a lot about like what is the best way to get people into action and have confidence. And this is using Teamzy. The first 30 days are free. We can help somebody really take advantage of those first 30 days of free Teamzy as a new rep and make some income. So yes, and please comment when you're done.
This should take about anywhere from 3 to 5 minutes. It should be pretty quick. And then we're going to show you how to utilize these scripts. And hopefully you came to the call with a list of prospects, and we can actually message them today utilizing this.
So, Kristen, they are in, if you go to the Shining Star page, hopefully
I can show once more.
It's under Files in the Shining Star group page. Oh, the Teamzy. She wants to know, show the how to get to scripts.
How to get to the scripts. Okay. So after you add your prospect, so you're going to manually add one person today. Whether you have this set up or not, go ahead and manually add the one person. Okay. And the reason why I do that is because it brings you to this page. If you don't have anybody in here, it doesn't show you where scripts are right here. So if you click on the scripts right here, it pulls this up and you hit new script. Okay, so hopefully that answers your question. And this ought to just help you become more confident. You know, maybe you've been with us for quite some time and just need some new stuff to say. Here you go. And you can always add more scripts to this or take some away. It's whatever works for you. But what I have found when these scripts are in here, I have my list of people that I want to reach out to, right? Thefreedomrevolution.com helps you come up with a list of people, and you can literally pick and choose which scripts to send, copy, paste, copy, paste, copy, paste, and you can do 30 reach outs very, very quickly. So I did this with my team not too long ago on a training, and there were 4 of us, 4 new representatives on the call and myself, and we ended up doing 20 reach outs in an hour-long call. And what I have found is that we reached out to 100 people in an hour. Like how cool is that, right? And it's creating crazy momentum, which we all want, right? We want that crazy momentum.
Okay, let's see. Hopefully you guys, I don't know, has anybody done copying and pasting all the scripts? If you just, when you go to sign up for Teamzy, you just say the company you're with is Juice Plus and the discount is automatic. How do you change the name of what? I don't understand your question, Melissa. Okay. I'm not sure I understand, Melissa, your question. How do you change the name? Okay. So Kimberly is done with putting the script and sent one out. Awesome.
Awesome.
Oh, when you're sending the script. Well, you copy and paste it.
So we're going to get to that.
Okay.
We're going to all do that together. So you're supposed to just be putting the scripts in. Give me a done in the comments when you're done.
We got one.
And when I start seeing 5 or 6 dones, we'll just move on. And you can finish this later if we're not, if you don't get it done today. Right this second, anyway.
Carolyn, you're just gonna have to try it again to save it. It shouldn't be. I mean, there's a save button for when you have the script in there. If I'm not mistaken. Let me see.
No, there is. On the lower left-hand corner, it should say Save Changes after you paste it all in. All right, we'll wait for 2 more dones and we're going to move on. And don't worry, everybody did this on my team at a different rate. And again, we're recording this. You guys can come back and watch it. But we're going to get into some action today also. But there's some awesome verbiage in here for even children's health studies. And you guys, the the verbiage that I got, sorry, family healthy starts. I cannot change my verbiage. But I stole it from the main stage screen, right? We do this business all together as one big company. Why not take somebody's incredible verbiage, right? And so it's new verbiage that I'm using with my old customers, my new customers, and we're asking for referrals, which I have to say has been one of my downfalls in this business. That's one of my weaknesses. So, all right, I think we got 2 more dones. We're going to move on, all right? Don't worry, you can come back to this. This is not set in stone. If you didn't finish it right this second, don't worry, take a deep breath, pause what you're doing. Let's move on. Okay, we're going to get into action here. So we're going to share my screen once more. And what we're going to do, so I now have my prospect in here. If you have lost this page, what you're going to do is go up to the search. Remember, most of you should only have one prospect in here or searching for this one prospect. But if you've lost the page, like maybe it brought you back to the home page, which is probably the case, what you're going to do in the search bar, type in your prospect. Okay, SpongeBob, here's my SpongeBob. Okay, and you're going to hit connect. And what we're going to actually do is go through the motions of doing this. So now we're going to click on scripts. You guys should have at least one uploaded. That's all we need to complete this task. And what we're going to do, how do you want to reach out to them? Okay, so I'm going to click via Facebook because that's what I put in my tag. And it's going to also populate recommendations of what you should say also for Facebook. Okay, I don't want to do those ones. I want to do the one that I just uploaded. All right. And so for that, it's right in here. All right, I'm going to scroll kind of because I kind of discombobulated mine by showing you guys, but that's okay. So I had put in here that we have a lot of events going on lately. So chances are you have an event coming up in your town sometime. So let's go ahead and use that as an example. So oh, sorry.
Lindsay, it doesn't have to be in their town. You could create an event online. You could create an online event and also invite people to that.
Sure.
So there's no excuse that you can't, do this. You could do a Facebook watch party and play one of your favorite videos. There's so many ways to create an event. Go on. Sorry.
No, absolutely. An event could also be coffee, right? Yeah. So the verbiage for this in particular is like a big event. So make sure you tweak it, okay? So I'm going to show you how you can tweak it and change the name and all that because I know that question arose. This is kind of a gutsy invite, but I have learned that the more gutsy you are, like when you get butterflies in your stomach before you hit send, chances are it's going to create action. So you can do one of 2 invites here. It's depending on if you, how gutsy you're feeling. Okay, and I've lost my, oh, here we go. Sorry, I discombobulated mine by doing this. So if you want to be indirect and you just want to get conversation going, you're going to do event invite number 1. Hey, I was wondering if you might be able to do me a huge favor. Okay, this creates conversation and people are like, oh my gosh, yes, how can I help, right? And then you could say, I need to get people in front of my mentor. I need to set up 3 coffee dates. I am having a Facebook party. I'd love to invite you. So what Mitra just said applies totally to that. If you have a big event coming up, this is my ballsy one, okay? My gutsy one. Hello, can you do me a huge favor? Right, I was wondering if you'd be able to do me a huge favor. Would you be able to help me with an amazing health event we have coming up here? It is my job to fill the room with more forward-thinking people such as yourself. You are complimenting the prospect, right? They're like, oh my gosh, that makes me feel warm and fuzzy inside. That want to learn more about nutrition or about how nutrition has such an impact on our everyday lives. What are your thoughts on being able to help a girl out? Okay, so obviously if you're a guy, you need to change that. Okay, I'm just showing you how you can tweak it, okay? So this is already in here. And you can say copy script. Okay, right here at the bottom, you're going to X out of here, and this is where you're going to make your changes. Paste. Okay, so maybe I want to say hello, and you want to insert a name here. Okay, how are you? Okay, and maybe you want to change the girl, right? But anyway, I would love your help on accomplishing our goal of getting more health-conscious individuals in front of our speakers that have traveled from so far away. What are your thoughts? So I used this for an event where Linda Evington was coming to our town. I got 8 people to the event, 7 orders and a distributor. Because Linda Evington closes. Okay, so send this to as many people as you can if you have events going. Okay, so after you have tweaked it, I'm going to use Facebook as an example, okay? But you can do a text message, you can do Instagram, you pick whichever is applicable to you. I'm going to do Facebook, and I want to make sure that I do this little invite button here. The reason why you want to document what this is, because it will keep track of it. So I'm going to share for the event. You can do a 3-way call, you can do coffee, so whichever one's applicable to you. And it will automatically remind you in 2 days to follow up with this person. Why? Because the event is probably fast approaching. We have an event on Thursday, right? So I'm going to follow up the morning of Thursday with SpongeBob to see if he can come to my event, okay? So then I'm going to copy this. So in order to highlight it, you can do it with your mouse, your keystroke, it doesn't matter. You're going to copy it and hit log connect, and it will go ahead and set up your follow-up date here for 5:30. And then I'm going to go over to Facebook. Okay, obviously I'm not going to be able to find SpongeBob on Facebook, but maybe I'm going to send it to Mitra. Okay, so if I click on Mitra's name here, there's a 3 little button tab here, and I can hit send message right to her. Okay, and then I'm going to paste it right in. If you guys don't know how to paste, right mouse click, paste. And it will send directly to her. So how many times could you send that if I gave you 20 minutes? How many people could you click on Facebook and go ahead and send this out to, right? So then you'd hit send. I'm not actually going to send it to Mitra because I'm sure she's blown up already anyhow.
And
Okay.
Lindsay, did you mention that you look on the right to all those green buttons to tell you who's actually on Facebook right now?
Yes.
So
So that is kind of my list. I was talking to Mitra about how the first couple times I landed on Teamzy, I didn't feel like it was organic. I couldn't like get into the flow of what I normally did because it's telling me all these people to connect with. And what I typically do when I get on Facebook, doesn't matter what time of day, either on your phone or here, it shows you all the active people that are on Facebook right now, right? And so, for instance, Leah Britt is a perfect example. She's somebody I've been talking to. She's a personal trainer, has 3 children, similar to me, right? So I think she would be able to rock this business. I did track and field with her and her husband in college. And so I have sent her lots of information over the course of time, right? And so she's at the point of not responding right this second. And so something to send to her when people aren't responding, again, this could be one of your scripts, is, and this is organic, right? She's right here. She's staring at her phone or computer. What I would do is go ahead and click on her, and I can type her a little message real quick. And one of the things, this is a Ray Higdon quote, but you can say hello, or you say, oh my gosh, so sorry, I've been so slammed, AKA business is blowing up, or whatever. I've been so slammed, I haven't had the opportunity to stop by and say hello. How are you? Right? So the idea is just to get the conversation rolling again. Because up here she wanted, look, I sent her the freedomrevolution.com, right? And then it's been me talking ever since. And sometimes that's really awkward. So that's one of the scripts you could upload. That's probably what I would send to her right now if I was doing my Teamzy. You know, been so swamped. How are you? Right? Get the conversation rolling. So let's say I sent that message. I would come right back over here in Teamzy. And if you're just starting Teamzy, you would do add connect. And you would type in Leah Britt. Okay, she's already in my thing, but you would hit create connect. If she's already somebody who's in your Teamzy, you look her up, click on her, connect, type, and you paste your message that you just sent to her on Facebook. So see how simple that is? You can toggle between Facebook and Teamzy, and I have found that it's even easier to do on your phone than it is the computer, which is awesome because that's what I have in my hand all of the time. And then it will take down these numbers that I've reached out to SpongeBob, I've reached out to Leah, and it's ticking away at the task that I have to do today very, very quickly. All right? So the next thing, hopefully you came to this call with a list of prospects. Even if you didn't, I'm sure you have at least 5 or 10 people in the forefront of your brain. We're going to go ahead and add some contacts real quick. And as you're adding the contact, you're going to send them a script. Okay? So it's going to be multifaceted. So as you add your contact, I'm going to add Mitra Ray, right? Create contact. We're going to hit connect. And maybe we want to invite Mitra to an event through Facebook. Okay, again, it auto-populates their scripts. No offense, I'm not a big fan of their scripts, but I love the scripts that we just put in. And we want to invite Mitra to this event. Copy, go back over, paste it, add your something personal touch. You can add their name, right? But for the most part, you're not changing a whole lot about this. I'm going to reach out to her via Facebook. I'm going to connect with an invite. I'm going to invite her to an event. I'm going to hit log connect. Okay, you guys see how you can get in a flow with that? The other thing is I would pop back over to Facebook, just like Mitra was saying. Who's my next green person over here? Okay, Stacy True, she's one of my representatives. I need to touch up with her, see if she's using Teamzy, right? How's your Teamzy going? So again, I would type in there, go back to Teamzy, paste it. Okay, you guys getting the rhythm here? What questions do you have? So let's take some time at our 5 to 10 prospects that you just have on the forefront of your brain, or maybe you made a list. Add them, and as you're adding them, go ahead and make a connect. Okay, and after you're done, Mitra, how many do we want to do?
I think we should do at least 2, you know, and also I wanted to go back a step. When you're adding your scripts, this is going backwards now. Amy pointed out that if you have to click new script to get the save button. So you add a new script, and then if you're trying to get into a rhythm and get them all in there, remember to add, click on new script so you get save the changes. So she's just showing you that
so
save
changes.
That shows up when you add new script. Okay, so let's do at least 2 invites because we have, let's say you have a new rep and you want them to watch this video of the rep on Shining Star. That could be one, and another could be like an event in your area, or you want to meet up with somebody or do a connection call with your sponsor, to invite people to take a look at the business. So something.
All right, and after you've done 2, go ahead and put done in the chat so that we know that the majority of you are getting done.
Danielle's asking, at what point after no response do you delete a prospect? I was, Allie, if you're on here, I was trying to find that verbiage about, hey, are you ghosting me? I couldn't find a good place to find that. Allie, if you have a chance to type in what you say to people, about, are you ghosting me? I'm a professional, and something about like that. Like, I'm a professional, and it's my job to follow up with you. All right, AJ's going to upload the script. Perfect.
Awesome.
And those are scripts you can upload into Teamzy as well. The ghosting script.
Yeah, that was awesome. I've used that a few times myself. But what I've learned, I would never delete a prospect because no doesn't always mean no. You can drop in and say, like yesterday, I was saying Happy Memorial Day. On Mother's Day, I'm saying Happy Mother's Day. How's the family? And then they're seeing what I'm doing, and then all of a sudden they're like, oh my gosh. Like, for instance, I have a brand new team member. She's a couple months into this. She even says that she stalked me for years on Facebook before, like, peeking out her head and saying, hey, what are you doing, right? So I wouldn't delete prospects. You can decrease their star level, though, so you don't interact with them as frequently as some of the people that you want to really, really have on your team.
Yeah, that's another good one Allie has. So Allie's put in 2 I just love these, and they should go in. I'm going to copy and paste right out of the chat into my Teamzy. Hi, friend, you are totally ghosting me. No worries if you aren't interested right now, but I just want to make sure you got the information. And also, I am really good at what I do, and part of that is being a professional following up.
Love it. Oh, cool. We're already getting some responses back. I love it.
Okay,
so that's what happens. You guys see that, and actually when I was doing this training, I was showing a screenshot, and I can share that, of what my phone was doing as I was doing this at 10 a.m. I sat down for an hour. And that's something else to actually, I'm glad you asked these questions, because when people start responding back, and let's say you're trying to do 20 to 30 reach outs, Mitra, you had said on the Academy calls, 20 is a good number simply because you're not worried about those people that didn't respond back. When we're sending 2 messages out right now, they might be in the middle of a grocery store and they don't have time to write you back right now, right? But then we start to thinking and we get in our heads. If you send out 20 messages real quick, copy, paste, copy, paste, copy, paste, copy, paste, there's so much action going on. You don't have time to worry about those people that didn't respond back to you. So I have a screenshot of my phone that was just like blowing up message after message after message asking, what's the event about? Or yeah, like Daniel said, what's my commitment level or whatever, right? Your job is not to respond to any of those right out of the gate before you send your 20 connects. So I would just get in the rhythm, get in the flow, and get rolling with it. And then after you've sent them all out and your Teamzy says 100%, I'm type A, and like once I start Teamzy, I get addicted to like getting that 100%. I don't want to be a C student, I want to be A student, right? And so get it to 100%, then start responding back to people, because those messages will vary, right? And you might have to give some specific verbiage back to them.
So Melissa, that's what we were saying. You have to, each time you go to add a new script, you have to add the new script. You have to hit the new script button on top, and then a blue Save Changes button will pop up on the bottom. And when you paste in the script, then you hit Save Changes. So it's kind of every time you add a new script, click on the new script button. It doesn't save. That's weird.
Do you want me to walk through that once more? As soon as you start typing in a new script, the button should pop up on the bottom left-hand corner. Is what it should do.
I don't know, Melissa. Did you put in? Might be a question for Teamzy. Maybe your Teamzy's something's up with that.
Try refreshing your page before you add again, maybe.
Oh yeah, refresh your URL. Might be stuck.
All right, who's done sending 2 messages out? Because we have a couple more minutes, and I want to share with you a few more things. Hit done in the chat if you guys are done reaching out to at least 2 prospects with our scripts.
Carolyn said she's done. Kathy said she's done. Tony's done. Okay, let's go. And then you guys like really, you know, you can listen to RepRap or you can launch your business again today. Like if you actually do this, you know, now Danielle, you're not being coachable. Send out 20 before you respond. I'm just telling you, it's really important to send out 20 before you respond. Like I know you want to respond right away. Always.
It makes you squirrel.
Yeah. Yeah. So anyway, okay, go ahead, Lindsay.
All right. All right, so I'm going to show you what momentum. So again, let's stop what we're doing because then we get all immersed in this, right? Let's stop what we're doing, and I'm going to show you what momentum this can create for you. For some reason, it's not letting me out of the script. Okay, give me 1 second. So you refresh your URL and it fixes everything, Melissa. See, sometimes we have to do that. All right, so if I go back to my Teamzy, this is what will start to happen as you start utilizing Teamzy. It starts giving you a percentage of what you're doing. And really the goal is to try and keep up with these numbers that it has auto-populated for whatever income level you want to make, right? If you say that you want to make $50,000 with this business and yet you're only attempting Teamzy 50%, then you could expect your income level to be 25,000, right? So we really try, my goal is to try and at least shoot for 6 days a week doing this because it doesn't even take an hour. Like literally I drop off the kids sometimes at preschool, go to Starbucks, because guess what, at Starbucks, I can't squirrel at Starbucks, right? I sit there with my phone, boom, 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 get it done, move on with my day. And you feel a sense of accomplishment. And what used to happen is I would sit down for an hour, let's say when I laid the baby down for a nap, who knows if that baby's gonna sleep an hour, and I was sitting there going, okay, who do I need to reach out to? And you know, I am the queen of sticky notes. Does anybody do this business on sticky notes? I had sticky notes all on my desk, on my workout mirrors in the base. It was nuts, all right? So this actually organizes this business so that you can remain a sane individual. Okay, and what starts happening, if you see here, I have created more work than what I can follow up with. Okay, I have 74 follow-ups to do. This is not a great example, but this is how much momentum it has created for me. If I was a good A student, all of my follow-ups would probably be done. Okay, but what I've decided is some of these on the top aren't as pressing as some of the ones that I have created on the bottom. All right, and so what I like to do is I like to open up all of my follow-ups, because this can get overwhelming, this number. But I like to really connect with those people organically where my conversations are still rolling. Again, I'm not worried right now about that Leah Britt because she hasn't responded back and I don't have time for her right now, right? I will still do my reach out, but I also want to get in contact with the gym owner that is like ready to go. And, you know, I'm leaving town here. It's been about a month and a half since conference. Some exciting stuff happened in Dallas. Everyone's seen me traveling on Facebook. Everybody's interested right now. And what do we call it? The popcorn is ready to pop, right? And so there's been 6 new representatives that have joined my team since conference. I've been doing this since conference, since the Team Shining Star training. I said, okay, Mitra, I'll do the boot camp. I will try it one last time because I tried it 3 times before. And now I have more people to follow up with than what I have time. Okay, but if you get in this rut like I am, where, you know, these people on the top here that it's auto-populating, I'm not concerned with them at the moment. What I want to do is go into, I think it's my team. Yep. And follow-ups upcoming. You guys see that here? So these are all of the people that I want to follow up with. So Cami Wheeler, for instance, she is a student trying to figure out what she wants to be in life, and she's thinking personal trainer, nutritionist, and she wants to shadow me this week. I should probably get back in touch with her, right? I was supposed to do it on May 1st, so if I was a good student, I would have already done that. But she wants to come shadow me this week. And I asked her if she had any interest in the nutrition side of things that I do. She said, heck yeah, right? So I just need to put that connect in here. But the cool thing is, here are my organized list of people to follow up with right here, right now. If I have 20 minutes, I can do it, and then I can come back to it when I have another 20 minutes, because sometimes that baby doesn't sleep a whole hour, right? So I guess what I'm sharing with you guys is do this, put the time and energy into setting it up correctly, because it will create more momentum with you than you can probably keep up with, which is an amazing thing to have in our business.
I didn't understand that. I think I need to understand what you just said about follow-up, because I didn't get the difference between what it says you ought to follow up with and how you went to team. And
oh, okay. So what you
why are those people in that category?
Okay, so on your home page here, it gives you 5 people to follow up with. And what I have done right here, these people right now are not, like in my business, they're not people, they're people that stop talking, they're people that whatever. And I don't have time to organize it, right? So how I follow up with the people that are applicable, I can scroll down my whole list of 74 people. There's lots of applicable people in there, but I brought up all 74 by clicking team. So there might be a better way to do that than what I'm doing, but I'm just bypassing that right now. So when I hit team and I hit follow-ups with upcoming, it will pull up my whole list of people. And then I can pick, again, organically those people that are really, that I'm working with right this second.
Are those people actually on your team?
No, so these are follow-ups of prospects that I have marked that I wanted to follow up with.
I guess I don't understand why we have to go to team instead of dashboard.
I don't know why it's under team.
Okay, it's just this weird thing. Okay, I was like logically trying to understand why it's under team, but that's just weird. Okay, I need to know that. I need to, follow up with certain people too, but you had that great story about, you told me a great story about one person that Teamzy told you to follow up with. You want to share that?
We should close with that for sure. All right, so when these people auto-populate here, what happened for me is that it had auto-populated a customer who had returned all of their products. She didn't have a great experience on the product, right? And so, of course, when Teamzy was saying, oh, follow up with Angela, I was like, I don't have time to follow up with Angela. Right? But I was like, all right, I'm just going to do what it's telling me to do. I'm going to follow instructions and I'm going to do it. So I reached out to her and I said, hey girl, what's happening? That was my reach out, right? And this was a gal who, she tried the capsules, they were too big to swallow. She tried the fruit snacks, they were too sweet. She tried the powder, it was too powdery, right? Like every complaint in the book. And so she ended up returning it all, even though I worked really, cognizantly with her to try and really fix it and make it great. She turned away all the product. So I reached out to her. She had just happened to see my Facebook Live that I had done the night before, I believe. And it was a Facebook Live that I did. I was in my hot tub. I was saying, well, this is my favorite office. And, Ray Higdon encourages you to go live daily if you can. I was trying to do that. That is a hard cookie to swallow. I'm trying to do it. Mitra, I know you're working on that too. But I was in the hot tub saying, hey, you guys have probably seen me work from my favorite office. I'm doing a little work tonight. And I just want to share a story with you. I had just had a brand new baby. My 2-year-old ended up in a body cast. And so I had to go on a second maternity leave. Now, in what world could you, A, go on a second maternity leave, but B, I have all these medical bills because I ended up having a C-section with the baby and then all these ER bills, right? In what world could you make a goal of like earning an extra $2,000 a month and tell your boss that you're also going to need, on top of a raise, you're going to need to take an extra maternity leave. I can't go to work, but I need a $2,000 a month raise. So that was my live, and it intrigued her enough to get into conversation with me. So I had reached out just saying, hey girl, what's up? And she goes, girl, what are you doing? Like, I need to know about this. Well, I never got around to sharing the business opportunity with her because she was a dissatisfied customer. Why would I say, but wait, there's more, right? And so she ended up getting on a call with me, and we ended up going through essentially the old T30 pitch book. I have a new, the Shred pitch book is what we're doing. And she went through it, and she ended up joining the team as a representative. She's one of my new representatives. And so when you say, do you delete those people off Teamzy? The answer is no, because she became a representative, and she's actually this week completing her HLP. So
go figure, right?
That's why you listen to Teamzy, and that's why this is very applicable to our business and what we're doing.
And I love that, I feel like we need to do a rep on just how to share the Shred pitch book, because you want to know how to do an event, you can just go through the pitch book. It's online, it's all, it's in many places. So I think
you can read, you can do this business.
Yeah. And yeah, if you can read, you can do this business. So that's awesome. Thanks so much, Lindsay. I hope that was really powerful for people. And yeah, Carolyn's saying yes. Oh, she's saying she wants to go through the pitch book. Okay. That's an upcoming rep. So thank you again. This was really, to me, this is just, one of the reasons I had our team really jump on this boot camp is I figured if a whole bunch of us were doing it, we would figure out a really good shining star way to do it. And I think Lindsay's really figured this out for us. So I really appreciate the scripts, Lindsay, and I appreciate that you're just taking your new reps and just getting them into action with these scripts, because as soon as a new person feels that confidence of getting 1 order or 2 orders, then they're on a roll. Then, or just even getting some feedback like, oh wow, I got a response. Because people sometimes become frozen when they sign up as a rep. Like, what do I do? So we want people.
And I feel like this just takes the intimidation factor out of it. If you can copy and paste, you can create money.
Yes, right. That's good. If you can copy and paste, you can do this business. If you can read, you can do this business. So with that, we'll be back with more great stuff to help people really utilize Teamzy, as well as how to create easy events that anybody can do. And thanks for tuning in, and make sure your team watches this. And
you guys can go back and re-go through it as well.
Yeah.
Because this was fast.
Awesome. Thanks. Bye, everybody.